A 31-year-old father who was an English teacher and the cousin of a Black Lives Matter co-founder died from cardiac arrest last week after he was repeatedly tased by police. That is according to the Los Angeles Police Department.
Keenan Anderson's death marks the third officer-involved death in the city so far this year. Body cam videos, which show the use of force by officers, capture exactly what happened, and we have to warn you, some of the footage is disturbing. Stephanie Elam has more.
The end of a police encounter. The beginning of a nightmare for the family of 31-year-old Keenan Anderson, the cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors, who posted, "Keenan deserves to be alive right now. His child deserves to be raised by his father."
Stay with your legs crossed.
They're gonna try to kill me, please.
Police say it began with a traffic accident that witnesses said Anderson caused.
That guy right there, he caused that accident.
I think that guy's in a very paranoid state.
Anderson was running around near the scene, police say, when an officer caught up with him.
I don't want to be in the black. I want people to see me.
He initially complied, dropping to his knees and putting his hands behind his head as he pleaded with the officer.
Please, sir, I didn't need to, sir, please.
Anderson later jogged into the middle of the road,
Come here.
where police restrained him and eventually tasered him.
Turn over on your stomach right now. Watch your elbow, partner.
You're trying to joy for me. You're trying to joy.
Stop it. Stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Okay, stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Stop resisting.
Please.
Stop resisting.
Please. Please. Please.
I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna tase him.
They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me.
The video, edited and released by LAPD, shows Anderson is tasered 5 times. He died later of cardiac arrest at the hospital.
Keenan Anderson said, "They're trying to George Floyd me. They're trying to George Floyd me." And guess what happened? They did.
Police say early test results indicate cocaine and marijuana in Anderson's system. Keenan Anderson was a high school English teacher in Washington, D.C., visiting L.A. during winter break. His death is one of 3 involving LAPD officers last week.
This cluster of events, while miles apart, deeply concerned me.
But police say officer-involved deaths are falling to all-time lows. The chief vowing a full investigation, as Anderson's school calls him, a deeply committed educator and father of a 6-year-old son. He was beloved by all. The Los Angeles Police Department says of the more than 2,000 times police officers used force last year, 31 resulted in death, and of that 31, 80% involved drugs or alcohol. However, the police chief says that number is still too high, but it is a low for the department. As for Patrisse Cullors, who is the co-founder of Black Lives Matter and who is cousin to Keenan Anderson, she posted on Instagram in part that her cousin was killed by the police. Los Angeles has no mental health care structure, no real social services, just cops, cops, cops.